Hi guys, it's me Erica, and so today I'm going to be talking about the summer 2016 anime that I'm going to be watching this season. And this is probably a new record for me because this season I'm watching like 15 new animes, but I might drop some of them because I don't have some strong feelings about them, but I'm really excited. A lot of them do have promising storylines and also are continuations of some of the items. And the reason why I do these videos is because maybe I might inspire some of you to watch some of them, or maybe you want me to watch one of the animes you're watching. So yeah, so leave a comment down below if there's an anime that I haven't mentioned that you want me to watch and I might check it out. So yeah, and it would be cool if we find a show that we all fangirl about, so that would be really cool to do. And if you're ever wondering what anime I've watched or am watching and forget all about this video, always look in the descriptions for all the links, especially my anime list where I keep that up to date. So all the animes I've been watching are actually broken down into sections. The first one is going to be the second seasons of prequels, and then also idols and otome, sports trash, slice of life, and then one anime that didn't really fit in any of those categories. So first, starting off with the second seasons and prequels. So the one that I'm really excited for in the second seasons are Shogeki no Soma, the second season, which is basically a continuation of the first one, and if you haven't watched the first season, you should stop now and watch it because it's actually a really good anime. It's really new. There's a lot of it's for older teens because of the ecchi scenes, but this season is basically the continuation of the food matches that they're gonna do for the 10 seats, the 10 elite seats that are available. So it focuses on that, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't know how far they'll get to that storyline, but mostly it's gonna be the 10 seats. So the next anime that is out that I never knew that was gonna get another season, because I thought the first season wrapped up everything pretty nicely, and that is I Need to Look Down, because that's a very long title. Binam Kyoku Chikyu Boy Boo Love Love. And this series is the return of the magical boys, or the Maho Shonen boys, if you want to call them that. Basically, it is the magical 5 boys, the Earth Defense Club, fighting new villains with the help of the villains from the first season. And I think that's pretty much it for that series, since it is magical boy series that deals with weird villains, which is typical. And yeah. And the last anime that is in this kind of section is Haneda-kun, and Haneda-kun is a prequel for Bakuramon. And I haven't watched Bakuramon yet, but since this is a prequel, I don't think I need to, and if I really like this series, then I'll probably watch Bakuramon. But Haneda-kun is basically the story of Haneda, who is a very talented calligrapher in high school, and everyone really loves his work, and he's very popular in that. However, he takes the popularity and thinks that is them trying to bully him because he feels like there's nothing special with him, but he just wants to live a quiet life. However, because of his popularity, people keep challenging him for that seat that he really doesn't even want himself, and that's the anime in a nutshell. Yeah. So moving on to the idol and slash otome, and the first series that I think everyone, at least the Love Live trash people, are very excited for is Love Live Sunshine. And Love Live Sunshine is basically the same story as Love Live, in that these high school teenage girls are trying to make an idol group to save their high school from closing down, and this time it's just with different girls who are inspired from my muse to do so. And I'm not personally Love Live trash yet, I just appreciate it. I appreciate Love Live, but this anime might be really interesting to watch, and I really love Love Live songs, so yeah. If you're not into idol stuff, even the anime, that's fine, but like listen to their songs because they're all catchy, and that goes for any idol anime. So the next anime that I'm going to talk about that is idol related is B Project Kodo Ambitious, and this tells of a story of Tsubasa, who's a new hire kind of manager for this company, and she's set to manage the B Project, which is a group or 3 groups of boys who are part of a band. So basically there's 3 bands. Kind of like how an agency would do it in real life, but she's in charge of these 3 groups, and she's helping all of these stars or singers or whatnots and artists to complete their jobs. And of course there's hilarity and accidents and that ensue, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a romance, but it has music, so that's pretty interesting. The next idol anime I'm going to be watching is Tsukiyota, the animation. And there's not that much that was said about this anime on my anime list. It was just basically, oh yeah, there's 2 groups of boys, or not, 2 groups of bands, and each episode is going to deal with researching about each member. So one episode is towards one member. So I'm not sure if this is going to be a 5-minute anime or going to be that full length 20, because by the description it seems like it's just going to be that 5-minute anime, but it might be not, it might not be, and I'm just gonna love it. The last anime in this list is not an idol one, it's just more otome, and that is Hatsukoi Monster. It has a very interesting storyline. So basically it has Nikaido Kano, who's a rich girl who's going to her first day of high school, but she's almost run over by a truck, but is saved luckily by a boy who she instantly falls in love with and also insults her. And that's something new to her because of course she's rich, so who would want to insult a rich girl without? She just falls in love, goes to high school and finds that guy, and she was like, do you want to be my boyfriend? And she said yeah. But then she finds out that this guy that she just started dating is actually a 5th grader, and let me tell you, the 5th grader looks really hot, and he does not look like a 5th grader, at least when I was in middle school. If that even is in middle school. Wait, that's not middle school here. I mean, yeah, but if I was in middle school and I saw a guy like that, I would have been, like gone. So moving on to the sports trash, because we have some new sports anime joining that club, and the first one will be Cheer Danshi, and I'm kind of really excited for this one because this is an anime dealing with cheerleading boys. And that's the synopsis of the anime technically. That's just cheerleading boys trying to do cheerleading. But I found it really interesting just because in America there's always that stereotype that, oh yeah, the cheerleading's only for girls, and usually the girls who are cheerleaders are very popular in the bitchy type kind of girls. But it's really interesting because I do watch sometimes cheerleading with the guys, and they're really like the body of it all because they're so strong. But I mean, not that girls aren't strong too, but it's really interesting to see that because in America that really doesn't happen, because we always see the jock and cheerleading stereotypes here. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. That was just a weird ramble. The next sports anime is actually Days, and Days is a soccer anime, and where there's 2 boys. One of them is a soccer genius, another just doesn't have any talents, but they join forces and try to conquer the world of soccer that they're thrown into. And I don't watch soccer, I don't really like soccer, but I don't know, maybe this will change my mind, like how Free did with swimming and Haikyuu did with volleyball. So finally moving on to the larger section in this video, which is the slice of life school types of anime. And the first one is actually Kono Bijutsu bi ni wa mondai ga aru. Sorry if I butchered that name. But this is one of the animes that I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep or not, because the studio that made it is Feel, and they directed Shoujo Tachiwa something, Konomachi or something. It's the one with the gaming, and even though that was a really okay anime, it wasn't like I fell in love with it, so I don't know if I'm going to like this anime or I'm going to keep it. But the story for this one is that it is an art club who decides to form, but they don't really like doing art except one of them, but the other individuals just join because they want to either have friends because they're the rich girl, or make a 2D wife, or just sleep around in just like sleeping sense, not like in a weird kind of romantic sense. But it's just an art club, and I guess it's just gonna deal with how they run their club and also make friends within the members. Next anime I'm going to be watching is one I'm really excited for, just because my friends say a lot of good things about the manga, and it's just, they say it's really good, and it is a shoujo kind of synopsis I haven't really heard before, so it was pretty cool when I researched more about it. So basically it is the story of Naho Takemiya, who enters school one day and sees a letter on her desk, and she reads it saying that it's from herself 10 years in the future. And of course she says, oh yeah, this is a joke, how can that even happen? But in the letter she finds that everything that's written is actually happening in real life, and what her mission is to do is from her future self saying, you have to change the present now so that the future is much more better, because I have a lot of regrets and I don't want you to go through the same thing kind of deal. And I'm really excited. Hopefully it lives up to everyone's expectations, and I haven't read it yet, so I wonder if it's going to be doing the manga justice. So the next anime I'll be watching is Real Life and has a very funny synopsis also, and it tells the story of Kaizaki Arata, who is a 27-year-old jobless, and he's kind of seen as useless and he doesn't really know what to do. And then one day some guy knocks on his door saying, hey, do you want to relive your life again? Okay, here's a pill that will turn him back into 17 years old and kind of relive his life in high school sense. And I thought that was pretty neat. So the next anime I'm going to be watching is actually pretty funny, and it's only a 5-minute anime, so it's not going to be 20 minutes, and if I do like it, I'll be like, oh, why is it only 5 minutes? But it is Fungashi Koko Sekatsu. It tells the story of Sakaguchi, who's a high schooler guy that loves BL, and though I'm not really a hardcore yaoi fan, I do ship a lot of characters together. But it does seem interesting. It's probably just gonna tell of his school life and some of the friends he encounters in those 5 minutes. It's a very vague anime, but who knows, it has a funny main character. So the last anime I'm going to be watching in this category is Amanchu, and Amanchu tells the story of Hikaru Koninata, who loves scuba diving and actually meets a teacher that loves it too and drags this girl named Futaba into her world of scuba diving. And from my anime list, I read it and kind of got confused by the synopsis saying that the two, Futaba and Koninata, are friends and also budding romantic interests. So I couldn't really tell but how the wording was, if that maybe those two girls fall in love with each other or those two girls fall in love with two other people, because it didn't really say in the genres that it was a yuri. So I'm not kind of confused on that, but if it does turn out to be a yuri, that's really fine with me, because I haven't really watched any yuri before, but if it does become like that, it's cool, and I like how they're doing that more. So the last anime I'm completely watching on this list that did not fall into any of the other categories that I've mentioned is Fukigen na Mono no Kian, and it tells of a story of Ashia, who is a high schooler who has a yokai kind of attached to him, which caused him to like miss a whole week of school, and he's like, I can't take any more, and goes to a small shop where the owner of the Monoken can actually help this yokai move on and guide it to an afterlife. And yeah, that's all the anime I'm going to be watching this season. Hopefully I might drop some, add some, as I said in the beginning, and if there is anything that catches my attention, I'll definitely check those out, because there are some I think I might. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. If you watched the whole part, really thank you. And yeah, thank you so much, you guys, again, and see you next time. Bye!